Question, we are told that an operation style is defined on G. So what that means is that we want to combine people in the community of gene, right? So the community of gene here, you must know exactly how people in this community looks like. Okay, they say it is ordered pair. So what it means to be an ordered pair is that it looks like this, right? That is something that we are given. So A comma B. So this is how the people in this community looks like. That is the first step. You must know the type of people or what you are dealing with. So here we are dealing with people that looks like this, right? So one person looks like this. Okay, so this is how we are given. So they said that if you want to combine the people, so this is one person, right? So this is one person. Now that we know the type of people we are dealing with, so this is one person, and then this is also the second person. So if you want to combine these two people in the community of a gene, what it means is that you should pick what the first leg of the guy here, right? So the first leg of plus what the first leg of the second person, right? Comma, and then multiplication of what the first guy by what the multiplication of the second leg here, or something of that nature, just for understanding purpose, right? So you must know that this is how the people are combined. If you want to combine two things together, okay, so this is how it looks like. Now let's move on. They say to show that the operation is what associative. So associativity, you must know what associativity is. What it means here, this is your starting point, right? So this will be a starting point. So for associativity, we know that we need three people. Is that okay? We need three people here, so I'm calling them X, Y, Z, right? So these three people, you can use any variable, but make sure that you don't use variable that looks like. You can see that my variables are different. So here I say X, Y, Z are members of what? This community. So if these three guys are members of this community, how do they look like, right? How do they look like? So are they white people, or are they black, or and so on and so forth, just for understanding. So if X is in this community, then it means that X looks like this, because that's what we were told from the question. So X looks like what? This guy here. So that's why I had my S here to be equal to A comma B, right? And then Y here also looks like what? C comma D, and then Z here looks like what? E comma F. Have you seen that none of the letters are the same? If you do that, you'll find it difficult, right? So make sure that you differentiate the letters. Okay, now that we know that these three people, we need these three people to prove what? Associativity. So what associativity means is that if you pick the first two guy here, right, into one bracket, and then I combine that with the third guy. Look at something. So the first two guys here in one bracket, and I combine that with the third guy, which is Z here, must be equal to, when I pull out the first guy, right? When I pull out this guy here, and then operation what? The last two people, right? They must be the same. That is the equal sign here. Right, so the arrangement matters here. So we are combining the first two people first before the third one, but here you are leaving the first person out and then combine the last two people, and then when you are done, you combine that with this guy. So the answer that you get here must be the same answer. So if you hear everything here is 2, you must get the same answer here to be 2. Other than that, then it is not associativity. But here you are being forced to prove that it is what? Associativity. So let's look at that. We know that these guys are the people that we are dealing with, right? So now we are picking the left hand side, right? Don't move along the same thing, right? Don't write that equal to that. So use what? The left hand side here. So the left hand side here is what? X operation what? Y, everything to brackets, and then operation was Z. So bracket first, right? So this guy here, so X operation Y. So for the bracket first, I know that this X is what? A comma B, right? So A comma B. Make sure after watching this, you pause the video and then check your answer. Maybe throw the solution away. Try it by yourself. Okay, so we know that the X is on A comma B here. So X here is on A comma B, and then Y is what? C comma D, right? So that is what I chose at the beginning. Look at arrangement matters here. So everything is what? A square bracket, because I've already used a bracket here. I'm not doing anything, I'm just replacing, right? We are just replacing. Then operation what? The third guy. So the third guy is what? E comma F, right? So that is a Z here. E comma F on this side. Now let's move on. What is happening? We can see that here these two guys are being combined in that community by which law? What is the law here? So this guy, we are going to deal with this bracket first, right? So we are going to combine these two guys here. So these two guys here that we are going to combine, how are they combined? We were told that this is what we were told, that if you want to combine two people, you must pick the first person here, the leg of the first person here, that is here, plus what, the leg of the second person here, right? So that is the R, and then everything comma, there's a comma here, then multiply by the second leg of the first person, which is Q here, and then multiply by that is the multiply by what, the X, right? The second leg of the second person here. Is that okay? Okay, now let's move and go and combine our guys here. So our guys are here, so we are going to combine, and they say we are told we should combine that by what, the first leg of the first person, which is A here, plus what, the first leg of what, the second person, which is C here, comma what, the second leg of what, the first person, multiply by what, the second leg of what, the second person, right? So arrangement matters here. Okay, so we are done with this guy. So everything operation what, the third person, right? So everything operation the third person is what we are going to do now. Now that we have this guy, we are going to use this guy here, operation what, the portion here. Is that okay? Remember, we are still on the operation. How are they combined? So after we combine these people, they became one, right? These people became one, and then this we are going to use that to combine with the third guy here. So everything here is what, one person being what, operation what, the third guy. So here A plus B is what, just one leg of the first person, and then BD is also the second leg of the first person, right? So we are told that if you want to combine these two, maybe before that, let's take off the square bracket. Is that okay? Let's take off the square bracket here. So we are just removing the square bracket by what, a bracket. Okay, so here I have what, A plus C comma what, D BD, right? Everything operation what, EF. Okay, so these are the two people that we are dealing with. We want to combine them. We combine them by what, the first leg of the first person here, that is the A plus B before the comma. Can you see? A plus B is just what, the first leg here. So A plus B here, they say plus what, the first leg of the second person, that is E, right? So that is E. So plus E here, everything comma, the second leg of what, the first person, that is the BD, right? Everything is the second leg, so that is the BD multiply by what, the second leg of the second person, that is F, right? So we are down here. So here we are going to have A plus C plus or E comma what, BDF, right? All that matters here is the arrangement, how you arrange it. So this is what, the left hand side. Okay, leave it and go and check out the right hand side. So that is the equal to sign here, right? Explanation takes time, but if you are writing within some few minutes, you should be finished by now. So I guess you should pause the video and try the right hand side and check whether your answers are correct. Okay, now we are on the right hand side here. So on the right hand side we have X out here, and then operation what, the last two people. So always bracket first, right? So always bracket first. We are going to have let's take this C out here. So let's deal with these people here. So we know that our Y is CD, right? From the beginning, this is how Y looks like, and then operation what, the Z here is EF, right? Okay, so we are dealing with here we are dealing with the bracket, right? So the bracket here is that we are going to have how are these two people combined? They are combined by what, the first leg of the first person here, which is C plus the first leg so leg to leg, right? The first leg to the first leg, so that is C plus E here, right? Comma, right? They say the second leg of the first person here, so the second leg to the second leg, but they are multiplying. So the first legs are adding, and then the second legs are what, multiplying, right? So the first leg here we add that here, so that's C plus E here, comma, and then the multiplications of what, the second leg, so that is the D multiplied by what, F, right? Remember there's a comma here. Okay, now that we are done with this second part, or maybe the first bracket here, so let's take off the square bracket as we did in the first part here. So we are taking off the square bracket here, just for simplicity, right? So we are not doing anything to the first guy. So the first guy is just X, right? So the X here, we are having the X operation everything here. So remember our X was what, A comma B, right? So this is how the people in the community of gene looks like. So X is what, A comma B, and then operation what, this guy here. right? Operation everything. Is that okay? Operation everything. So how are we combined? So first leg, we are adding the first leg, and then we are multiplying what the second leg. So that is very simple. So the first leg here is what A plus what the first leg of this guy. That is the C plus E. Sorry, C plus E here. Can you see? So the first leg of the second guy here is what C plus C. Everything is the first leg before the comma here. Okay, so A plus what C plus E. So that's the first part here, and then comma what we are multiplying the second leg. So B multiplied by what DF. So B multiplied by what DF. Is that okay? So you just need to check. So you just need to check these two guys. Have you see? You just need to check the two of them. So here we are having A plus C plus E, comma what D B plus D plus F here, and then everything be equal to what A plus what C plus E here, comma what B D F. Right? So you can see that the two are the same, right? You can see that these two guys are the same. Therefore, we say that the operations of associativity or associative. So that is how simple you solve this type of problem.